Welcome to Second Take, where African politics comes to sweat under the spotlight. And today we land in Tanzania, a country where democracy keeps getting mugged in broad daylight and the police arrive only to arrest the victim. At the center of this saga is Tundu Lissu, a man whose political resume reads like a survival manual. Jailed, shot 16 times, exiled, banned, arrested, accused of treason, and somehow still standing. On the other side is CCM, Tanzania's ruling party since independence in 1961. Think of them as political landlords who never leave, even when the lease on public patience expires. And floating somewhere between hope and betrayal is President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who walked into office promising openness and reform, but now seems to have borrowed Magufuli's old playbook. Tanzania isn't just about deciding its future. It's busy burying its present. Tundu Lissu was born in 1968 in Mahambe village, Singida, and probably didn't imagine his life would turn into a 30-year fistfight with a government allergic to criticism. From his early days studying law at the University of Dar es Salaam, he was hooked on the idea that the Constitution should mean something. And that's a dangerous addiction in a country where the ruling CCM behaves like the Constitution is optional furniture. By 1995, Lissu was contesting elections and losing, but his real rise came through his legal work exposing human rights abuses, illegal mining deals, and foreign corporate sweetheart contracts that drained Tanzania while CCM allegedly smiled. From 1999 to 2009, he worked with the Lawyers Environmental Action Team, fighting industrial giants and their government enablers. That's when CCM took notice. He wasn't just another lawyer. He was becoming a liability. By 2010, Lissu was elected MP under Chadema, the opposition party, and quickly rose to vice chair. His speeches lit up parliament like Molotov cocktails, fiery, unapologetic, and loud enough to drown out CCM's polished silence. Then came 2015, and with it, John Magufuli, CCM's new bulldozer. Magufuli earned the nickname for paving roads fast, yes, but also for flattening opposition voices. Lissu called him a dictator, publicly, repeatedly, and without euphemisms. 8 arrests followed in just 8 months of 2017. Sedition, incitement, disturbing the peace. Basically, Tanzania created a new hobby, charging Lissu with something, anything, everything. But the story turned brutal on September 7, 2017. Tundu Lissu was shot outside his Dodoma home, 16 bullets, limbs, waist, stomach. Miraculously, he survived. After 20 surgeries in Kenya and Belgium, no one has ever been arrested. The government shrugged, CCM whistled, and the message was clear. In Tanzania, survival is optional when you insult power. By 2020, still limping but undeterred, Lissu returned to challenge Magufuli in the presidential election. He faced death threats, claimed electoral fraud, and at one point sought refuge with foreign diplomats before fleeing to Belgium again. When Magufuli died in March 2021, Samia Suluhu Hassan became president. And for a moment, optimism crept in. Samia lifted Magufuli's ban on political rallies, met Lissu in Brussels, and gave off reformist vibes. But by late 2024, the mask slipped.
Missed the latest episode of Tourismus? Don't worry, Echo has you covered. Catch every travel adventure, insider industry news, and exciting destinations from Tourismus anytime, anywhere. Visit www.1up2.com and click on Echo to relive the journeys, rewind the adventures, replay the stories. Tourismus, where adventure meets prime time.
In September 2024, Lissu accused Samia Suluhu Hassan's government of Magufuli-era repression with better PR. He cited abductions, arrests, and the horrific killing of Chadema official Ali Kibao, whose body was doused in acid. In November 2024, CCM barred thousands of Chadema candidates from local elections and arrested hundreds of opposition supporters. Lissu launched the No Reforms, No Election campaign, demanding an independent electoral commission. CCM responded like any insecure ruling party would: tear gas, handcuffs, and more bans. January 2025 came, and Lissu was elected Chadema chairman, ousting Freeman Mbowe and fully stepping into open war with CCM. April arrived, and with it, the crackdown. After a rally in Mbinga, police arrested Lissu, used tear gas to scatter supporters, and charged him with treason over a speech where he allegedly said, "We will prevent the election, we will inspire rebellion." In Tanzania, inspiring rebellion apparently gets you the death penalty. By April 14, the state banned Lissu from the October elections entirely. Then they barred live coverage of his trial in August to protect witnesses, because nothing screams transparency like hiding cameras. Through it all, Lissu sat in detention on hunger strikes, refusing virtual court appearances, insisting on his constitutional right to show up in person. Samia deported Kenyan activists who came to support him and warned others to mind their own business. It's August 2025, and here's the score. Tundu Lissu is still alive, still loud, and still in custody. CCM remains welded into power. The Tanzanian country is sprinting backwards whilst pretending to jog forward. When Samia Suluhu Hassan took over after Magufuli's death in 2021, Tanzania exhaled. Here was the country's first female president, a supposed moderate, an accidental reformer who came into office on a wave of hope. Her early moves fed the narrative. She lifted the ban on political rallies, opened talks with opposition leaders, and posed for photos that screamed New Dawn. But politics in Tanzania can be a game where reform means rebranding repression. Samia's real pivot came slowly, disguised as caution. First, her government stalled on constitutional reforms Lissu had championed since 2014. Then came the Maasai land disputes in Ngorongoro, where Lissu led protests in September 2023, accusing the government of dispossessing locals to please tourism companies. Instead of dialogue, Samia's state doubled down. More arrests, more harassment, and a quieter media. By 2024, her government was accused of deploying Magufuli-style tactics with a softer tone, using police instead of militias, but with the same outcome: fear. The killing of Ali Kibao was the moment the illusions cracked. Kibao, a Chadema official, was murdered and doused in acid. Lissu pointed the finger at state-linked forces. The police, of course, denied everything. But the environment of abductions, disappearances, and arbitrary arrests returned like it never left. For activists, the message was blunt. Reform isn't coming, and unmitigated control never left. Then came November 2024, where the state banned thousands of opposition candidates from local elections and arrested Chadema supporters en masse. Samia, once praised internationally for inclusive leadership, now stood accused of using every lever of power to weaken rivals before October's election. The EU and human rights groups raised alarms. CCM laughed and tightened its grip. Samia's defenders argue she inherited a broken system and has to balance reform with CCM's survival instincts. Her critics say she chose survival over democracy. By April 2025, with Lissu arrested, Chadema banned, media restricted, and courts silenced, the second argument had become a reality. Tanzania's problem isn't just Tundu Lissu, it isn't just Samia Suluhu. Since 1961, CCM has treated the state like family property, locking the gates and swallowing the keys. Magufuli simply bulldozed opponents. Samia smiles, then bulldozes them anyway. The methods differ, the goal doesn't. The October 2025 elections are already shaping up as a football match with no players. Chadema is banned, its candidates disqualified, its supporters jailed. The courts are quiet, the police are loud, and the only debate happening is whether Lissu will survive long enough to watch CCM declare victory. Let's be real. Tanzania sits at a dangerous crossroads. Its democracy is trapped between a ruling party convinced it's entitled to rule forever and an opposition punished for existing. Meanwhile, citizens watch as elections shrink into rituals of confirmation rather than competition. The message from CCM is simple. You can vote, but we'll decide what your vote means. In our heartwarming moment of the week, we look at my incredible trip to Katima Mulilo for the Zambezi Bream Festival. It's a beautiful place with incredible people, and the festival itself was full of so much color. So do enjoy this clip courtesy of NTV Africa and Namibia Tourism Board.
We are live from the Zambezi Bream Festival as we are bringing you this vibrant gathering. Namibia Tourism Board and NTV are happy to bring you the content. And of course, as you know, we are in Katima Mulilo, and my, it's the place to be. So now I am at the place where if you want details, you can get all of them packaged for you right here in the exhibition hall at the Zambezi Bream Festival. So what are you waiting for? Come with me. I am now at my favorite place in this entire festival, the Namibia Tourism Board exhibition. How are you?
I'm good, Ashwin. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Okay,
May you please
welcome,
introduce yourself
welcome.
to our audience.
Okay, my name is Sandra from the Namibia Tourism Board from the marketing department.
What does it mean to be here at this festival?
Well, we're very excited to be here this year. We were here as well last year, but this year we're even more excited to be here. So, yeah.
What kind of information are you giving people who are coming through?
Well, as you know, the NTB is responsible for promoting Namibia as a tourism destination, top class there is. And we're also responsible for regulating the tourism industry. So what we're giving away, we've got booklets that we're giving away. And we've got exciting competitions also. So people can win hampers. We've been giving away hampers. Yeah.
All right, that's fantastic. And what kind of people do you normally get, coming to your exhibition? Is it just the young ones who want to go for a weekend, old?
Everybody, basically, from little ones to elders, having people coming in to ask information about levy payments.
Okay. And how's tourism in general in the Zambezi region?
Katima Mulilo is located in the Zambezi region. It offers a blend of cultural experiences, river adventures, wildlife viewing, birding. You can also do some canoeing, making it a worthwhile destination for travelers. Visitors can explore the local market for some souvenirs, enjoy boat cruises, fishing on the Zambezi River, and visit nearby national parks. That include the Mudumu and the Nkasa. The town also serves as a gateway to attractions in Zambia and Botswana, and which include the Victoria Falls and the Chobe National Park. So yeah, Katima actually has a lot to offer.
100%. I have to say, a couple of times I heard Nguribwanji, so I know the Zambians came across as well to the festival, and I think that's also really reflective of not just the Zambezi Bream Festival, Katima Mulilo being in this section, Botswana coming through, people coming through from Zambia as well. So the expo's going on.
Yes.
What do you think is the best outcome for tourism board at the expo?
Well, we just want more people to travel, especially domestically. So our aim is to give people information so they can travel more. We would like more people to travel our beautiful country.
If you love it, do your best to see it. That's what the tourism board is
And
saying.
also do your part and be compliant. Register your business.
Register your tourism business. Thank you so much, Sandra.
You're welcome.
All right.
Good day. My name is Shanine and I'm here at the Zambezi Spring Festival.
You enjoying yourself, ladies?
Of course, yes.
Would you recommend people come to Katima Mulilo?
Oh yes, of course. Why not?
Hi guys, Louis here, chilling at the Zambezi Spring Festival. Join us, we're having fun. Cheers.
Hi, my name is Anita. I'm here with my family, my husband, my kids. We just came to enjoy the expo, some good food and some drinks.
It's called the mbufu. And this is the most tastiest fish you can find in the Zambezi River. Got a lot of things that we can use. Sticks, grass, we can use anything to just make something out of it that is very wonderful. Sieve. A sieve, we use it to sieve mealie meal, and this is the pumpkin. It's one of the staple food in the Zambezi region. This fruit is dry. It's called muwawa, and this is the pounding mortar where we use what we use to pound our traditional food. And this chitenge that we have put here is to show you how rich Africa is.
Really, there's a lot of initiatives that the NTB is embarking on to foster tourism growth, to foster the growth of the industry, both at a local level, but also at the regional level, speaking Africa, and also internationally, to help to get tourists in the country, but also to support and help you be convinced to understand that it is important for you to also travel our own beautiful country. And you yourself you're also a tourist. And how you traveling can contribute to the economic development of not just the town, the community, but also the country at large. There's a lot that we are doing. We are going into partnership with the town council, Katima Mulilo Town Council, specifically catering for the region, catering for the town, and possible initiatives that we can work on, collaborate on, foster partnerships in order to help expand activities, tourism-related activities in the region and support economic development within the town. With that said, I think I don't want to keep you too much. We have a beautiful hamper that we want to give away.
Very, very grateful because I was not expecting this. Because last year I lost. Yes. So I was even challenging some of my fellow workers that this gift must be remain here again.
Edina yanjo Sofia Shirongo andisi kondangwa ondea ko trade fair ko Katima Mulilo.
Ntoschwani livizo laka kivisto lina tiofelus.
My name is Susan Maswavi, and found myself here at Zambezi Brew, like for the first time. So because I have a desire of cooking, yeah, this is my favorite thing I do. So I thought maybe I can showcase my case or my recipes here. So that's why I came. We have pap, which is from milk, like pounded one. Especially like that was the amazing meal that made us grow up. My favorite thing about Zambezi Brim is to experience, to see how other people do when in the industry of cooking. So like now, the big challenge was like I have to learn from others, like how do they do. So next time I also have to do more or to do better, because this is a big experience. I think next year I'll do the greater than I did this year.
All right, we're going to take a little break from political dissent being stumped out. Of course, CCM won't take such a break, but we're going to have a look at my TikToks of the week, because we all deserve a laugh and, you know, some enlightenment.
You know, Africans are tired. Africans are tired because they are being led by individuals or groups of individuals who do not have their interests at heart. They are engaged in activities that are inimical to the general interest of the people. The levels of theft and greed and wastage are high. And elections only give them the possibility of gaining a veneer of legitimacy. It used to be the case that coup d'etats were the ways in which this was happening, particularly in the 1960s. Then there was a lull. After the coup d'etat, then we had the guerrilla movements, as we saw in Uganda in 1986. Rwanda, of course, is unique in 19...
In Uganda, there is a bad habit. People borrow money, they don't want to pay it back. Me, I don't finish all my money. I can't even tell my wife I have no money at all when I have $1 million shillings in my pocket. Colleagues, money will come. I want you to tell my Ugandans to say, Kasaija has said, the economy is doing wonderfully.
Honorable, in the next financial year, you said you're going to create 840,000 jobs. How are you going to create them?
Ooh. There are so many things, let me tell you. To assure you people and assure the country, the economy is now on. I'm totally innocent. I never asked for the iron sheets. The iron sheets found themselves in my compound. And I said, where if they coming from the office of the Prime Minister?
Who asked for the money?
The 6 billion?
Yes.
It is not me. Mr. President, this thing has been hurting me. I don't sleep. I am looking for money. I am abused by colleagues that I'm not giving them money. When I give money, people do not use it for the purpose.
When the European Union finally seeks for a common convergence into the euro dollar or the European money, when they begin to talk about foreign policy, when they begin to protect their own sovereignty, Europe has a subtle oneness in the midst of their Italian, French, of course, the French call the British the dogs, this one call this one frogs. But when an African comes as an enemy, they quickly forget the dogs and the frogs, and they can unite over a problem. Come to Africa. The opposite seems to happen. We don't seem to think that what happened in the 52 states in America, what happened in the states in Europe, what happened in the villages and the tribes of Asia, the villages and tribes of China could become a possibility. You walk through social media, you actually have propagators. Every time you put something positive about the unity of Africa, I bet you 2/3 of the comments are those that are telling you that it can't happen. It will not happen. Some have legitimate reasons why that can't happen, but I fail to find what makes you think that it cannot happen in Africa when we already have the American flag with all those, when you have the European flags with all those different political, linguistic, country sort of individuality, but they could find a common convergence.
So, here we are. Tundu Lissu sits in detention, CCM polishes its October crown, and Samia Suluhu Hassan has gone from reformist darling to custodian of the same old empire. But Tanzanians have learned something. You can exile a man, shoot him, charge him with treason, and ban his rallies, but you can't erase his voice. Lissu's no reforms, no election campaign lives on even from Assau because people know a rigged game when they're forced to play it. The October elections will come and go. CCM will probably celebrate with fireworks, but history's patience is shorter than any one party rules confident. Tanzania can bury ballots, it can silence courtrooms, it can hide trials, but it can't hide the growing anger beneath the surface forever. That's the thing about repression. It works until it doesn't. And when it stops working, it usually happens fast. My name is Ashwin Bedi, and that has been Second Take.